Howdy crew, this is part 2 of welding stick with the Miller Trailblazer 330 air pack, brand new machine. Very excited to have it going. This part 2, the video was running quite long, so hope you all enjoy the second part of the vlog. I did get a bit of good welding in today, very happy about it. Finally got some time to fire up the Miller Trailblazer 330 air pack and actually weld with it, so I was very happy about it. The stick welding was great. It's nice and hot, but not to where it runs everywhere for the puddle, and I do like that, so I could kind of just flow with it. So I do like this machine. I think there's some settings that I will want to change that I've heard about for the machine. I don't know exactly how to get to them at this point, but I will be going in settings and showing y'all if I decide to do that. It's just to get it flowing a little bit differently, but it flowed great. If this were just the hardened settings of the machine, that's perfectly fine by me, a lot better than the other machines I've used. But I did get some good welds in, some other stuff got done, so I was very happy about it. And this critter right here works great. Gonna tighten up all of the little nuts on it because they're starting to loosen up a little bit, so I'm just gonna tighten them all down. Not today, another day. I will mention one thing that I don't like about the rods that come in little cardboard packages. Out of the cardboard package next to my hood and hard hat back there, is they do have a tendency, I'll show you, to break a lot easier because the cardboard gives. Even though they do pack them in good cardboard, and a lot of times you can't see it, and I can't even see it, but they will get cracks right in here. So the first inch, for what I've experienced, the way they stock shelves, the way they load these critters in trucks and whatnot, is the first inch of the weld's gonna have porosity in it. And the last bit, normally I like to, on average I burn it down to about the 7018 or H8 right there. And yeah, most of these, I'd say average that, but I started getting to, let me see what point. Okay. So I want to be accurate and showing y'all where I stopped. I actually started stopping around the AC part. So normally I like to stop on this 7018 part or this H8 because that way I'm maximizing my usage of rods. But I was actually having to stop over here, and I don't like doing that because it's a lot of rod wasted. But I found out that these were having porosity in it too. And it's very common that I've experienced and what I've heard of from other folks that I know that are journeyman welders. When they buy rods to try them at home, just a little 5-pound cardboard boxes at Home Depot or Lowe's. Not saying any of those are bad places, not by any means, but just the way the people that stock the shelves throw them in there trying to get things done, or if you're checking out, the cashier will slam that thing down and you're staring out like, don't break it. But yeah, they end up having little cracks. So I know that rods do have a tendency to break, so if you do that, you can't see anything, but you will notice there will be issues with it. I mean, it takes a bit for it to actually break like that. So y'all can see that one's broken, but when you hit it before, it will actually have cracks in it. And when you let those cracks sit, and it has the potential to get moisture in there or just for a piece of flux, and I'll show y'all, just imagine that this part isn't gone. You can see the cracks in there, and when they crack off, they come off in chunks. And when you have little bitty cracks that you can't see and you're welding and little bits of flux are coming off, but then you have an entire piece that comes off, and it may not be huge, but it's just enough to where a little part doesn't have coverage. And when it comes off, it's just a blink of an eye, it goes off. But when it doesn't cover your weld properly, it has the potential to let contaminants in there, and that's where you'll get your porosity and there will be issues. That's why it's stressed so much not to just beat up your rods. Obviously rods can take a little bit of beating if you have them in your 50-pound canisters, or if you have them in the hardened plastic cases that I have that you all have seen. I like carrying them in those. I also like really carrying them mostly full. Now, I know that's not always possible, especially if you're getting done for the day, you're loading it up. I like carrying them full because it's less chance of these things just rattling around. That's just me. I like to be extra careful with my rods. But when you buy the little cardboard boxes, they're bound to get damaged. And that's why I don't buy them very often. If I'm trying something new, I'm trying a new company that makes rods, if I'm trying a new size with a different setting, then I want to see if I like this setting with this size rod more, and I can experiment at home. Before I bought the Trailblazer, and I used my ESOP Rebel 205, and I would do that, but I would also know that there's a good possibility that they're going to be broken. And sometimes if someone slams them down, you'll notice some have cracks in the middle, and others that look just perfectly fine like this, they look perfectly fine, but they'll have an issue right when you get to that point. So I do want to mention that if you're running a brand new machine and it has that issue and you buy it from those little boxes, there's a high possibility that something can go wrong, but it's not your machine's fault. So I do want to throw that out there for those y'all that buy in the boxes all the time. You have porosity all the time. Don't discount it on you or the machine. It could be the rod. So I do want to suggest that. That's why I like buying them in 50-pound cans. For me, it's preferred. That way it's a lot less likely to be damaged. Buy them from a welding supply store. Odds are they know the importance of not banging it around, and so that really helps. But all in all, it was really good. I just noticed that for the beginning and the very ends, and I didn't break this. This actually was what it came like out of the box. So my demonstration, as you all saw, was on this piece. This was already like this, and that's where all the issues were for, I'd say, there's another one, a good portion of the rods. I'd say probably 80 to 90% of the rods had that issue. So I had to start not even really touching the numbers and letters on there, which is unfortunate, but it happens. Those y'all that are professional welders, you will know that that happens, especially with those. So anyways, hope you all enjoyed. It was a lot of fun welding with it. I was very happy to actually get to it. I know it's been a while, a week and a half, 2 weeks of having the machine, not being able to weld with it, but I was very happy. The rain cleared up, so that was really nice. Gonna be more rain, but I will be doing the suitcase arc reach 12, and I'm very excited to do that. I don't know when I'll get to it because rain will be coming again soon, but I will keep you all posted on when that's gonna happen. Very excited for it. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll be seeing y'all in the next vlog.